For the final part of section 4.3, we're going to look at what happens if we shift a tangent or cotangent graph. You treat it the same way you do a sine or cosine. First, you identify A, B, C, and D. So in this case, A is, let's see, we've got y equals -2 minus 1 cotangent of x minus pi over 4. A is -1, B is, let's write here, I understood positive 1 in front of the x. C is -2, and D is positive pi over 4. So let's talk about what this means. The A just helps you with your table. The B will tell you your period and your what? Asymptotes. It'll help you find your asymptotes, yeah? And the C is your vertical shift. The vertical shift is down 2. And your D is your phase or horizontal shift. And it's the opposite, so be careful. It looks like it should be negative pi over 4, but it's really positive, so it's to the right. So it's positive pi over 4. Okay. But when we build the table, the first table you build, you do not build for all 4 of them. You only build it for the A and the B. You drop the C and the D. So that's what we're going to do here. Let's do this one in red. So we'll take y equals, ignore C, ignore D. Negative cotangent of x. That's what we're going to build our table for. Oh, we need to find the asymptotes, though. We need to do that. What are the asymptotes for this graph? Let's see. The vertical asymptotes for a cotangent are always 0 and it's pi over b. So x equals 0 and its period was pi. So pi over b is pi. All right. So that's where we're going to start our table. 0, skip 3. And then we'll go to pi. Go in by halves. 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. This will be undefined, undefined, 0. And will it be A here or negative A?
Negative A.
No. A. Tangent is the only one where the negative A appears first. Yeah. The others, the first one after 0 is always A. Oddly enough. So what is A?
-1.
Okay, so that one's -1. Be careful with that. If you're not sure, plug it in. Cotangent of pi over 4 is 1, but there's a negative out front, so it turns it to negative. And that'll be the other. There's your unshifted table. You now have to shift that table, just like you did with sine and cosine. So shifts are done the same way no matter what. So this will be x plus pi over 4, and the y's will be y minus 2. It is not that bad, although I don't like doing it either. Okay, here we go. What's 0 plus pi over 4?
Pi over 4.
Pi over 4. Okay. What is pi over 4 plus pi over 4? 2 pi over 4, which is pi over 2. All right. What is pi over 2 plus pi over 4? Think it through. 1/2 plus 1/4 is 3/4. Yeah, 3 pi over 4. All right, and 3 pi over 4 plus pi over 4 is 4 pi over 4, which is pi. And then pi plus pi over 4 is, let's see, 4 over 4 plus 1 over 4 is 5 over 4. Okay, so that's the hard part to me because you're adding a bunch of fractions. Then you go to the y's, and those are really easy. Except, what's undefined minus 2?
Undefined.
Still undefined. Yeah, those still stay your asymptotes. So that's still undefined. So the asymptotes will shift left or right, but you can't really move a vertical asymptote up and down. It's still just going to be a vertical asymptote. The -1 minus 2 is -3, 0 minus 2 is -2, and 1 minus 2 is -1. So it does make those look weird, but that's what we're going to graph. This will be the last one you have to graph, guys. Come on, stay with me. We can do it. Are you okay?
And we just have to...
How did I get -3?
Yep.
It started with -1,
Oh.
and then I shifted it down 2, so it dropped down to -3.
We just have to graph the one in the blue.
You only have to graph the blue. Yeah, it gets too complicated if you try to graph both of them. So we're just going to graph the one in the blue. Okay, so here's what we have. We need to go all the way down to -3. So that would be -1, -2, -3. And then we need to count by 4s, and we need to get out to pi over 4. So this is 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, and 5/4.
Wait, did you put pi over 4 twice?
Yeah, thank you. That should be a pi over 2, right? Yeah, 2 pi over 4, so pi over 2, thanks. Okay, then we insert our asymptotes. So we will put those at pi over 4 and 5 pi over 4. Hey, here's a question, you guys. Can anybody tell me the answer to this? If I take the two asymptotes and I subtract them, what should I always get? How much space is in between them? In this case, it's... Okay, look, what's 5 pi over 4 minus 1 pi over 4?
Period.
Oh, very good. If you subtract the asymptotes, you should always get the period, because there has to be a whole period between them. Does that make sense? Okay. Pi over 2 comma -3. Pi over 2 -3. 3 pi over 4 -2. And pi -1. So you can see that this has definitely been shifted down off of this axis right here. It's been shifted. See, normally it would have been here, but it's shifted it down to there. So there it is. All right, now the next couple, I'm going to give you a graph and you come up with the equation. And then we'll be done for the day. So take a look at this one. Oh, I know. All right. I'm going to pause right here, you guys, and see if you can figure this out. Decide whether it is tangent or cotangent and what the A and B should be. And I will never give you a graph that has been shifted. Well, is that true? I probably wouldn't. I wouldn't give you one that had been shifted horizontally, maybe vertically. Okay, but this one has not been shifted, so it's just going to have an A and a B.
Since the distance.
So let's look at this. Tangent or cotangent? That's what we need to decide first. Y'all think it's tangent? Tell me why.
It goes through the origin.
It goes through the origin. Very good. Tangent's the one that goes through the origin. Also, tangent always has a negative and a positive asymptote of the same number. So it is something tangent of something x. Okay? How far is it between pi over 2 and -pi over 2? It's a whole pi, right? So that means my period is pi. My period is pi over b, so that's pi over, so it looks like b equals 1. Okay? So it looks like now we know y equals a tan of 1x. I need to know what a is. A is either 2 or -2. Which is it? Think again. It's -2, yeah. Because look, positive pi over 4 would go through positive, tangent of that would be +1. If we multiply by +2, this would be up here. So it must be multiplied by a -2. So that's a little hard for students, but it does help you understand them better. I don't put a lot of those on quizzes and tests, but you know, I do like you to practice them because it helps you understand if you go backwards, you can go forwards better. That would make a good bonus question though, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
A really good bonus question.
Please put one on there.
All right, let's just stop there. We've had enough for the day.